good morning, good afternoon. I'm back. You know, as I was saying, Lorenzen was in pure hell. The fact that he had got another residence on somewhere else and furnished it to get away from her lets you know how much hell he was going through with her. Okay, and I just encourage all of y'all who got somebody that is, don't make excuses for them, because that's one of the times when you're in a relationship with people who have high conflict. That's how the first thing you know when you weirded out, because you begin to make excuses for the bad behavior. You begin to try to hide the bad behavior, you know, and start alienating yourself, and all those things happen when you're in a relationship like that. And for Lorenzen, it must have been hell, because as an NBA player and knowing you're on the road all the time and you have a person that is extremely insecure, vulnerable, suffering from personality disorder, it's a match made in hell. So every time he probably came off the road, she accused him of making somebody his new girlfriend. She was so insecure that it was impossible to stay in the house with her, as it always are with those types. And so, which reminds me again, the similarity in this chick right here, who is a crazy woman who made up a bunch of lies about what happened to this guy that she butchered, pretty much. Let me just let you hear a snippet of it. A snippet.
Years ago, when she agreed to tell CBS News her story of how Travis Alexander had been murdered. An interview which, for the first time in the history of 48 Hours, was used as evidence in a death penalty trial. Just give me the gist of what you were doing here in this place today.
Today, I am interviewing with you. I've been charged with first-degree murder.
She been told about 4 or 5 different stories. That's why her ass.
Just here to have a conversation with you about it.
During this 3-hour interview,
Don't she sound just like Sharra?
I'm a wife. There was some attraction, and
I'm a mother,
found an outlet on occasion.
and I'm an author.
I'm very creative way of saying it. I found an outlet.
The drama of masked intruders.
There were two individuals walking
Listen to her.
toward us. And I just heard a loud bang.
2 individuals walking towards her, and they heard a loud bang.
Ultimately, a desperate escape.
Now she escaped.
I was holding the gun at my forehead. He pulled the trigger. And nothing happened with the gun. And so I just grabbed my purse and I ran down the stairs and out of there, and I left him there.
It was an incredible story.
So at that point, I remember pulling over again at the Hoover Dam, and I thought, I'm going to call Travis. And I tried calling him, and it just went to voicemail. And I called him again, and it went to voicemail.
As it turned out, that incredible story was an incredible lie.
Would you agree that you're the person who actually slit Mr. Alexander's throat from ear to ear?
Yes.
Jodi Arias killed Travis Alexander. There is no question about it. The million-dollar question is what would have forced her to do it.
At her trial, Jodi Arias told
First she
the
said
Oh,
world
somebody
a
else
new
shot her.
story.
Now she got a new
It was
story.
Travis's continual abuse.
Now
It
he
had
was
reached
beating
the
her.
point of no return.
I grabbed the gun. He was chasing me. I turned around, and I didn't even know that I shot him.
Lying
A
on a
tale
dime,
of
on a
fear
drop.
and abuse.
Called me a bitch and kicked me in the ribs.
Why didn't you call the police?
I would have never called the police on Travis. I was loyal to him.
Tonight, we go back to the beginning, returning to our first meetings with Jodi, for insight into the mind of a killer.
Isn't that possible? At all possible? That day that you were together, you had a fight, you had an argument, and you just had enough?
No, we didn't argue at all that day.
Something happened in her to trigger this tremendous amount of rage.
Was Was he ever abusive to you in any way?
He lost his temper a few times. I never felt my life was in danger.
Jodi gave us secrets in those interviews. She gave us an insight right into what she is thinking.
He had a girlfriend who he was having a relationship with, but he was still having you on the side.
Yeah.
Did you know
No,
that relationship
no,
was
I was
over?
never allowed him and I to continue to behave the way we did had I known.
Like Casey Anthony and O.J. Simpson before her, Jodi Arias captured the attention of the country. Arias pelted his lies.
For Jodi Arias trial.
Jodi Arias. Looking back at these interviews, it would appear that Jodi thought she could fool everyone.
I don't believe that I'm going to be convicted. I don't think that I'm going to spend one day in prison.
State of Arizona versus
Are
Jodi
y'all
Arias.
listening to
But
this,
in the
bro?
end, Jodi Arias
She
could not have
slit
been
the
more
man
wrong.
from ear to ear,
Find the defendant guilty.
shot him in the head after they had sex.
I know that people will look at me and say, oh yeah, he really meant a lot to you, didn't he? By the way that you just left him there.
After they had
Not
sex.
only that, they think that this is a fabrication and that I was the one that
And now
hurt
these
him.
are all the stories that her ass is telling. Listen, I don't have time for people like Sharra, right? And I don't have time for people like Jodi Arias, who is right where she should be. God bless the dead. What happened to Travis Alexander was a tragedy. And what happened to Lorenzen Wright was a death blow to the Memphis community, to all the people's lives that he's touched, to his parents, to his children, 6 babies to leave behind, and now without a mother because the mother's a crazy bitch and she didn't care nothing about the kids enough to not run through that money like that. My heart goes out to each and every one of those family members, and they may not approve of this video, but my prayers are with you. And you can't fault nobody for having the feelings that they have for Miss Sharra ass bitch. Okay? Because what she did was the dirtiest thing that you could possibly ever do to somebody. And to a sweet guy like Lorenzen, who you raped at the age of 14 and made that boy a victim of your statutory rape. And because you couldn't control him no more, because he grew up. And your grooming played out. He knew he was in bed with a psychopath. He woke up one day. You know how you wake up one day, you be drunk at the club. You go home with somebody, I guess they call it Coyote Ugly. He woke up one day and found out he was married to Coyote Crazy. That's what happened. And he tried to get out. He divorced. He did it the right way. But she couldn't give up control. She didn't have her money cow, her cash cow. With that being said, y'all, I'm gonna go. If you like what you hear, please like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you a little later in the Mental House Sports Edition. Rest in peace, Lorenzen.